and welcome to Matt's Casual Cooking. Now for the season of pumpkins, today we are going to be making penne with creamy pumpkin sauce. A very tasty dish that you are going to enjoy not even just this month, but definitely during the winter months and year round. So we're going to go over all the ingredients and how to put it together, and let's get to it. Alright folks, so we're going to go over the ingredients that you're going to need today. Now for starters, you're going to need 16 ounces of Penne Rigate, and you can either have the ridged or the smooth, but the ridged is better for this, or any other sort of short pasta, just like macaroni noodles, or if you want shells even, that's so really good for this. You're also just going to need some coarse salt. You're going to need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to need at least a 0.5 ounce pack or 1 tablespoon of fresh rosemary, whichever one you want to use. You're going to need a 15 ounce can of pure pumpkin. You're going to need 1 clove of garlic. Now that can be either, your bottled here, or if you want the fresh and mince it yourself, be my guest. Need a half a cup of half and half. You need a third of a cup of grated Parmesan. You need 1 tablespoon of white wine vinegar, and you're going to need a 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And you can use a little bit more for garnish if you want to. So we're going to go over how to put it together here in a minute, and I will see you then. Alright folks, so what we're going to do first is we're actually going to cook your pasta first. And you can see I've got some salt in there to help it out. And you just want to cook your noodles until they're al dente. Now if you cook them a little bit softer, that's fine. But what you want to do is, before you drain the noodles, is you want to take 2 cups of the cooked pasta water and set it off to the side, because we are going to need it later. So go ahead and do that, and I will see you at the next step. Alright folks, so our pasta is done, and we're going to reuse the pot we just poured the noodles out of. So make sure all the water's gone, all the noodles are gone, and you want to put your olive oil in this, and you want to have your rosemary ready. So once the oil is kind of nice and hot, go ahead and add your rosemary. And you only want to leave this as like a medium to medium high. And you're going to want to use some sort of slotted spoon for this. Now you want to cook it until the rosemary starts to turn brown. And once it starts to turn brown, you want to take it out with your slotted spoon, put it on a plate with some paper towels, because we're going to need that for the garnishment. So go ahead and do that, and then once that's done, get ready all your other items. So I will see you in a minute. Alright folks, so our rosemary is done, and you still want to have some oil in there. Now be very careful on this part. What we're going to do is everything else that we had sitting off to the side is you want to go ahead and add it. Now again, you see, be very, very careful with it. Get all that in there. Now if you have a couple rosemary twigs in there, that's okay. And what we're going to do is, after you add everything in, is you want to mix it together until it's kind of thick, and you also want to add 1 cup of the reserved water for this. So go ahead and do that. Now if your sauce is still kind of thick even after the 1 cup of pasta water, go ahead and add in the last cup, and that should kind of loosen it up a little bit. So go ahead and do that, and I'll see you at the next part. Alright folks, so you can see our pasta sauce is pretty well done and it's pretty creamy right now. So what you want to do is go ahead and take your pasta. We're just going to add it back in if it wants to cooperate. And some of them didn't. That's okay. So to kind of break it up if it is kind of stuck together, and just really you just want to coat it. Just coat it the best you can. Now if you have any extra pasta water, go ahead and throw it out, or if you want, especially what you can do is let it cool down, and if you have like any house plants or bushes or something, go ahead and dump it into it because it's going to provide some really nice nutrients to it. So once you're done coating, I will see you at the end plate. See ya. Alright folks, so you can see we are done. And for garnishment for this, while you're stirring it, I forgot to mention you can add a little salt in it to taste if you like. But when you're in a bowl, you want to go ahead and put on some of that fried rosemary that we had earlier, and even some extra red pepper flakes if you want to give it a little bit more of a kick, which I wouldn't blame you. It's a very good meal to do that with. If you did enjoy making this recipe, like, subscribe, share. Please hit the notification bell. Leave a comment below. I'd like to know what you think of this scrumptious meal. So I want to thank you for watching, and hey, come back with me next week for another fun and spooky food journey. So I will see you then.